somebody in a Honda, somebody in a minivan. Yo, people in minivans don't care about nothing. Like, they don't care about nothing, people in minivans. It's either a Honda, a minivan, a lady, or like a elderly person. God forbid it's a older lady driving a Honda minivan. Just get off the road. Just pull over and park until they're like 10 miles away from you. Yeah, I can't.
The whispers are everywhere. They move from phone screens to group chats, from comment sections to late-night conversations between friends. The rumor mill is spinning so fast that it feels almost impossible to keep up. Right now, many believe Papoose may have found his way back into Claressa's good graces. Just a short time ago, Claressa sounded tired, unsure, and weighed down by something heavy she couldn't easily explain. Her voice carried the kind of sadness that comes from feeling lost, like someone walking in circles without ever seeing a clear path forward. She spoke openly about how her training camp was the only place where her mind felt calm. Inside those walls, surrounded by gloves, sweat, and the steady rhythm of hard work, she said she could finally breathe. That space became her safe zone, the one place where the noise of the outside world faded and her heart felt steady again. Then, almost overnight, everything changed. Her energy shifted. Her tone became lighter. The heaviness that once clung to her words seemed to vanish. Fans noticed the switch immediately. One day she sounded hurt and confused, and the next she appeared like someone who had decided to move forward as if nothing had gone wrong. That kind of sudden turnaround never goes unnoticed in the public eye. Naturally, questions followed. Some people shared theories, while others simply watched closely, waiting to see what would happen next. There were no fresh photos or new videos to explain what caused such a dramatic change. Still, people close to the situation claimed that something important was happening behind closed doors. The silence between Claressa and Papoose felt louder than any public statement. Even from a distance, the tension was easy to sense. It felt like everything was balanced on the edge, where one wrong step could send it all tumbling. At the same time, attention began shifting toward Remy's recent posts. Short captions that once seemed playful or harmless were suddenly being read in a completely different light. A line about buying something for yourself and someone else no longer sounded casual, it felt like a hidden message. Every word became a puzzle. Fans turned into detectives, trying to figure out who those posts were really meant for. Then an old video of Remy resurfaced, and the timing felt almost too perfect. It appeared around the same moment Papoose arrived in New York, which made people pause and look twice. Even if the clip wasn't new, the fact that it showed up right then raised eyebrows. Someone had to search for it, pull it from wherever it had been sitting, and share it again. Once it hit social media, it spread fast, and the speculation only grew louder.
You understand? They're not gonna have you out here being called a side bitch, a mistress, or any of these other things, and making you think they're telling you the truth. And that, well, let me guess. I'm keeping my daughter. Right? I would never, and let me be clear, I would never, ever. My lawyer will tell you guys, I don't want full custody. The custody is joint down the.
Debates broke out, and the drama only grew. The clip became yet another piece of a story already crowded with questions and half-answers. Behind the scenes, people quietly claimed that Claressa was far from happy. On the surface, she tried to remain calm and composed, but those close to her said there was deep frustration beneath that smooth exterior. What seemed to bother her most was what happened every time Papoose traveled to New York. According to the talk circulating around her, he would suddenly go silent. He told her he was busy with work, handling business, and staying focused. But the long gaps without calls or messages made her uneasy. Silence has a way of creating its own stories, and her mind began filling in the blanks. When he finally returned, the tension showed up immediately. Claressa started connecting the dots. The whispers she had heard, the posts she had seen online, and the stories people kept sending her all began lining up in a way that didn't feel right. None of it sat well with her heart. Sources claimed that Papoose went with her to training and acted as if everything was normal. He joked, smiled, and stayed close, as though nothing had ever gone wrong. Later, he followed her back home and tried to calm her down. He told her it was all just noise rumors, people chasing attention, and manufactured drama. This time, though, she didn't fully believe him. The timing felt too perfect. The quiet trips, the sudden posts, and the strange resurfaced videos all seemed to line up in a way that felt planned rather than natural. Something inside her told her to trust her instincts, then things took another turn. Photos and videos of Remy began spreading again, and one short clip caught everyone's attention. In it, Remy was trying on a fur coat. In the background, a man's voice could be heard, and many people swore it sounded exactly like Papoose. The internet exploded. Comments poured in, some laughed, others argued, and a few demanded answers. Papoose claimed the voice wasn't real. He said it had been created using artificial intelligence. That explanation alone sent social media into a frenzy. People began debating what could and couldn't be trusted anymore in a world where technology could copy faces, voices, and even entire moments. After that, Claressa's tone shifted again. One moment, she spoke about finding peace at her boxing camp, about feeling closer to God when she stayed focused on her training. The next moment, she snapped at the very fans who had been supporting her, leaving many wondering just how much pressure she was really carrying.
Co-workers keep coming right here, but that's still work for everybody.
So usually Papoose is upstairs.
Oh yeah, he upstairs.
Many believed she had become too blind to see that the pictures and clips circulating online were fake. Insiders claimed Papoose's words may have pushed her back into viewing everything from his perspective. Watching from the outside, people began to worry. With each passing day, the story grew deeper and more complicated. As the drama intensified, fans started breaking everything down step by step, trying to make sense of what now felt like a growing mystery. Attention quickly shifted toward Papoose. Some fans began running his name through number patterns, claiming it connected to the numbers 87 and 33. To them, these numbers weren't random. They believed the patterns pointed to something hidden beneath the surface, something most people weren't meant to see. Online, people behaved like full-time investigators. They paused videos frame by frame, read comments carefully, and compared timelines across different platforms. Every detail mattered. Every small move was analyzed. There was a growing sense that the situation had crossed a line. It was no longer just strange. It felt like something important was waiting to come out. Then came the discussion about the meaning of the number 87. The first word many mentioned was spy, which immediately sparked endless debate. Some wondered whether someone was quietly watching, collecting information, and moving in the background without being noticed. Another word tied to the number was fallout, suggesting that a major moment could be approaching. People argued over where the explosion would happen. Would it be between Papoose and Remy, or between Papoose and Claressa? Others believed the real clash hadn't revealed itself yet. Additional words linked to the same number included fame and nuke. Fans said fame stood out the most. Claressa had worked relentlessly for respect and recognition in her career. She fought for every win, every headline, and every moment of attention. Some believed Papoose was also chasing visibility, trying to remain relevant in an industry that moves on quickly. Meanwhile, rumors about trouble in his marriage continued to spread. People talked about financial pressure, emotional distance, and a widening gap between what was shown publicly and what might be happening behind closed doors. Some even claimed Papoose had been spending time with someone who had more influence and greater resources, an idea that only added fuel to the fire. To many, this wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was about protecting an image, securing a future, and making calculated choices, even if it meant leaving someone else hurt along the way.
It's true, man. None of it, all of that was fugazi. I come from a big family. Like, if you really follow me and you're not just around for the gossip, you see my daughter, you see my sisters, you see my mother, you see so many beautiful women in my life who love me to death.
Claressa, meanwhile, continued working relentlessly to protect her name. Her reputation mattered deeply to her, and she had built her career on discipline, strength, and unwavering focus. According to whispers circulating behind the scenes, Papoose was busy networking, trying to climb higher within the industry. With divorce never being openly discussed, the tension only grew stronger. Everyone watched closely, trying to figure out who was truly in control of the situation. Then the story took another strange turn. People began murmuring that Claressa may have played a far bigger role in Papooses' divorce than anyone initially expected. Some claimed that if he truly wanted to walk away, she was prepared to help cover the legal costs herself. The story spreading around suggested that she cared so deeply she didn't even hesitate when it came to money. If he had told her he couldn't afford attorneys, many believed she would have stepped in without a second thought. That possibility raised even more questions. Did she offer and he refuse, or were Papoose and Remy both moving in ways that no one fully understood? Street talk claimed Remy pulled the divorce papers back at the last moment, a move that only added to the confusion and speculation surrounding the situation. Once again, number theories began circulating online. Fans said the number 87 was linked to the word sneaky, which made people wonder what might really be happening behind closed doors. Another phrase associated with the number was old age, which some interpreted as a sign that Papoose and Remy were playing a long game. The idea was that they moved slowly and quietly, maintaining control while keeping their names in the spotlight. Many believe they had mastered a patient strategy, something like a slow hustle that never rushed but always landed on its feet. To some observers, it felt like watching a chess match where most people could only see half the board. Every move appeared deliberate, calculated, and carefully timed. Then another term entered the conversation: ultimate fighter. Fans tied it directly to Claressa. She was known for her toughness, her resilience, and her refusal to back down. People said the symbolism fit her perfectly. It felt as though the numbers were calling her out, describing her as someone who kept pushing forward no matter how hard things became. Through all the noise, speculation, and whispered theories, one thing seemed clear to those watching closely. Claressa wasn't someone who folded under pressure. Whether the rumors were true or not, she continued standing firm, focused on her path, and determined to protect everything she had worked so hard to build.
That's in my friends and my family is called Memorial Weekend, not Memorial. So I think I'm gonna spend Memorial Weekend with my new battle rap family and introduce some more of them to you guys. Yeah? It's gonna be cool. Y'all gonna love it.
Another word that surfaced was turman, which reminded many of the film where the main character slowly realizes his entire world is fake. His friends, daily routines, and even the smallest moments are part of a carefully constructed illusion. Some viewers felt Claressa might be experiencing something similar. They believed she could be surrounded by people who smiled in her face while quietly working against her behind the scenes. That idea unsettled many. The story began to feel less like a rumor and more like a movie, one where love mixed with money, loyalty tangled with fame, and trust was constantly tested by whispers of manipulation. Some said every move felt planned, as if each moment had been carefully placed long before it played out in public. The number patterns people discussed were no longer linked only to Claressa. They were increasingly tied back to Papoose as well. One phrase that appeared was number of the beast, a term that sounded dark and unsettling. Another word, soul, hinted at something deeper, as if the situation extended far beyond surface-level drama. The word retire kept appearing alongside old age, leading many to believe Papoose might intend to stay in the game for a long time. The theory suggested he would continue moving quietly in the background, maintaining his image while making private decisions until he chose to step away on his own terms. Then attention turned to his real name. Some records listed him as Shamumaki, while others claimed his first name was Willie. When fans ran the full name, Willie Shy Maki. Through their number systems, they said it connected to a phrase suggesting someone skilled in deception. That idea raised eyebrows. Online, people said the energy around him felt unstable, almost unreal. Whether the patterns truly meant anything or not, many agreed they no longer felt random. As the story expanded, even more unsettling phrases surfaced. Ritual blood sacrifice was one that sent shockwaves through online discussions. People questioned what it could mean and who it might point toward. Most ruled out Remy, and many doubted it referred to Papoose, especially since old age continued appearing beside his name. Another phrase, mark as a hidden hand, made people think of someone quietly pulling strings from the shadows. Mentions of the Rockefeller Foundation sparked conversations about power, influence, and secret connections. When the phrase "Mark stay undefeated" appeared, attention shifted back to Claressa once again. Ultimate Champion followed. Soon after, reinforcing the idea that the spotlight kept circling back to her whether she wanted it or not.
Oh man, my mother, my father, rest in peace to my uncle who died from COVID not too long ago. My cousin, you know what I'm saying, we grew up more like brothers. Also to Claressa Shield. She's accomplished things that no possible.
Fans ran the details through their number system, and everything landed on 105. The word tsunami appeared, instantly making people uneasy. A tsunami is loud, powerful, and impossible to ignore. Another word, touchdown, suggested arrival and impact. Under the same number, people noticed references to sudden money shifts, hidden groups, and even darker words like demise and death. The word Gemini surfaced next, and fans quickly pointed out that MO3 was also a Gemini. Then the word bride appeared. Claressa had recently hinted at marriage, which made many pause and look closer. Another symbol that caught attention was Batman, which some interpreted as representing endings rather than heroics. Meanwhile, Claressa's behavior continued to shift. One day she appeared calm, spiritual, and grounded. The next, she seemed sharp and defensive. Some supporters began stepping back, saying it was difficult to keep defending someone who appeared to turn on her own fans. The rise of artificial intelligence only made things harder to trust. Photos and videos could no longer be taken at face value, and even Claressa admitted she didn't know what was real anymore. People said Papoose kept reassuring her that everything online was fake, and that others were trying to sabotage her image. Still, more numbers kept appearing. Words like internet and computer matched the same patterns, while numbers like 666 and 33 surfaced again, which many tied to chaos. Then the number 175 entered the conversation. The phrase Babylon the Great appeared, followed by the word bed. Fans linked it to a video of Claressa bringing food to Papoose. The phrase order out of chaos followed soon after. The city of Houston kept showing up, along with the word fate. Even the name Madonna appeared, adding another layer of mystery. At that point, fans began comparing the situation to what happened with MO3, sensing uncomfortable parallels they couldn't ignore.
As a partner, I had to learn to not be so overprotective and allow her to go out there and do her thing and just support her decision. Like I said, sometimes when you love a person, you're always constantly giving advice, trying to stop them from doing things. But she told me to just stand back and just support my.
People began pointing out how contracts, attention, and money seemed to follow closely after his passing. They started asking who truly benefits when chaos takes over. Claressa, they noticed, was signing deals and landing sponsorships almost. Non-stop, cameras followed her everywhere, and headlines tracked her every move. At times, it felt like she was living inside a movie. Yet behind the bright lights and constant exposure, the same question remained. Who is really gaining from all this noise? As the story continues to unfold, people are watching closely. Some believe this moment signals the rise of something new, while others fear it may be setting the stage for something much darker. Either way, one thing feels certain: this story is far from over, and whatever comes next will be loud, public, and impossible to ignore.